Hello, everybody, and very well welcome to Ask the Accountant 2026 at Accountex. We're doing Pitstop podcast all day today and all day tomorrow, and we've got your grid walks as well, so make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. We're here with another exciting pit stop. I'm going to ask my standard question that I ask every single person first and foremost. Who are you? Why are you here?
My name is Dan Cattermole. I'm one of the founders at Client Window, obviously here to exhibit. This is probably the fourth year we've done. Always a great turnout for us, and it tends to be good for us in terms of leads as well, so really happy to be here.
Yeah, and it's a real pain point you're solving, right? So anyone who doesn't know, Client Window, they own the game for getting WhatsApp into an accountancy world, right? And that is just something that every practice needs to at least consider at this point.
I think the nature of clients has changed. Lots of reasons for that, but obviously business owners are becoming younger and they're digital first, but also a lot of business owners don't sit at a desk, and we all prefer the convenience of WhatsApp. But the challenge is, how do you incorporate that into your business systems, your workflows, processes, communication software? And that's the problem we try and solve.
And that's where I've loved kind of watching your journey, because it's been, the integration side is where I've seen it so good. You've got Teams.
Teams integration, email integration. So a lot of the accountancy practices we work with, they still live in email.
Yeah.
They can now receive those WhatsApp messages as emails. And we have some other nice features around Outlook, for example, where we have an add-in where they can choose the WhatsApp contacts they've got access to be able to send a new WhatsApp message from Outlook to. And then there's things like Dex, Auto Entry, HubDoc and Apron. Again, moving the client away from having to use those installed apps. They can do that now by just sending those receipts and invoices over WhatsApp. And automatically we can push those to the underlying platforms in the background.
Yeah, and I think the email one's so exciting because that's where, without even having to try, you're getting them into your practice management solution or your CRM tool or whatever the accounting firm's using, because we're all using different software, different blends, different needs, different everything else. But I think that email one, I think a lot of people see it and they kind of almost roll their eyes at it, but actually, that's the really important
it's where they live,
isn't it?
But it's also important, I guess, to think about the fact that staff don't like changing the way they work. I used to work in IT a long time ago, and when we introduced new software into the business, or the businesses I worked in, people didn't like it. There's that initial reaction of, I don't want to change.
Yeah.
So now they can just do WhatsApp and email from Outlook, from Gmail, and then, like you said, from the practice software where they're already integrating email into those systems.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, right?
And I guess we want to extend the capability too. So actually, Johan's going to be doing some testing for us in the next few weeks, but we have our WhatsApp broadcast feature launching. So it could be where you've got 100 clients you need to chase information on. You can now choose those 100 clients, type the message, and it goes to all of them independently. With MTD and other things that we're now facing in the industry, the ability to get that information in quickly and efficiently is obviously a key thing, both to save time and money, I guess. So, so we're sort of trying to leverage that, and that's obviously the next step for us.
Awesome. And what have you seen kind of like real success stories that you've seen so far? I mean, I know some of the firms that you guys have worked with, they just, think lyrically of how good it is. But have you got any kind of really success stories to showcase?
Yeah, I think it's broad really, but one of the things people forget about is that it's also a great business development tool. People hit your website, they're interested in your services. Things like live chat are pretty inconvenient for people because they have to sort of sit and wait for you to respond. If you have a WhatsApp add-in on your website, people can send a message, can go off to the gym, can go off to a meeting, and then when you're ready to respond, they get that message back on their phone.
Yeah.
And I know Johan has spoken about the fact that he's had a lot of success with that, with leads too. Other use cases, people who previously were experiencing a lot of clients sending them pictures that they then needed to transfer into Dex and other products. That's all automated now, so they save a huge amount of time there. So I guess it's just broadly saves time, makes sure that they keep all that information where they should be keeping it, and just really adds a lot of value to the end client. They can really differentiate their service to others in the industry who may be a bit more of a laggard and backward in terms of how they expect the client to communicate with them.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's brilliant. Okay, so what's your first impression of this event then? Accountex 2026.
Amazing.
Like I said, third year you've been thinking it, but did you ever come before?
So this is the third consecutive year we've done. Every year's been really good for us here. Some of the exhibitions have been less so, but this one in particular, this and DAS, I think, are the big ones for us. Great footfall so far, and it seems to be consistent every year.
Yeah.
It seems to be growing. So this is one of our major ways for us to sort of drive the business forward each year, this and Digital Accounting Show. So it's been great to meet existing clients, talk to new people, and obviously some of the other vendors that we're partnering to. It's good to see them today.
Yeah, yeah. And it's good to see kind of you guys, there was like a group of you that kind of came together as vendors, right? And it's great to see you all like being successful and going your own ways and trying all things. And that's what the community needs, isn't it?
It is. Year 1 and year 2 is obviously challenging for any new software. You're launching probably not a mature product, probably features missing. Some things don't work the way you want them to.
Yeah.
But over time, you iron out those issues and you become a much more mature product. So we're happy where we are now, and it's like you say, it's great to see there's other products that launch at the same time doing equally well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's good that there is a sense of you all want to help each other out and everything else. I've seen that with the community, and we get a bit of a behind the scenes when we come and do events like this, and we get to do these podcasts and stuff, but you all want to help each other, right?
It's amazing. I mean, I'm actually from the wealth management industry originally. I spent 30 years building solutions in that industry, and it's my co-founders who were in the accountancy space. So this was new to me.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing, the camaraderie, and everyone is trying to help each other, like you mentioned, really, and there's a real sort of family feel to it, which is great, So we're really pleased to be part of that.
Awesome. So what are you most looking forward to from these kind of sessions? Is it talking to your client base or talking to new ones, or?
It's really interesting. We have people coming back said, I really meant to onboard last year. There were challenges in the business that prevented me doing it. I'm ready to go ahead now, which is great to see. And again, you see faces where even if they're not clients, you've probably spoken to them 3 or 4 times previously. So you can recognize potential clients as people that you had good conversations with before. So it's a really nice forum just to meet all types of people.
Yeah. And what's the kind of onboarding time frame these days? I know at the beginning there was challenges, wasn't there? But what's it like now?
One of the main challenges we had when we first launched was the meta process was slow, and now it's all self-service. So as long as our clients have a Facebook business account, we can do it in a few seconds now.
Wow.
If they haven't, we can help them get that set up. Normally takes 10 minutes. So that process is very quick. And then in terms of onboarding the client thereafter, we can do bulk imports of their contacts. We have a dedicated customer success team. So it's pretty slick.
Nice.
There are challenges with Meta sometimes. Some of our clients maybe have had issues with some of the advertising they did on the account previously that we have to try and iron out with them. But 99 times out of 100 is a very quick process now.
Yeah. No, I think, you hear those stories, don't you? Especially with a startup and how it's going and everything else. But it's good to see how you've been able to go over those issues and think, and yourself, like that's how you drive success, isn't it? If you can get those touch points right at the beginning.
Yeah, you can't expect to launch and have no issues.
Yeah.
You've got to find ways around it. You've got to be agile.
Yeah.
Try and get over those barriers. But the major thing that's made it easier for us is Meta have changed their approach as well. So it's much more self-service now, where you're waiting for them previously. So that's really helped us. And now we have the capability to manage multiple WhatsApp accounts as well. So we've taken on quite a few enterprise clients where they might have different regions in the world, or they might have different service lines where they want to have a WhatsApp number for each.
Yeah.
And we can facilitate that within the platform now as well. So I guess adjusting to client needs as well is one of the things we need to think about as we've grown the product.
Love that. Okay, how do you take action for an event like this, especially with you guys with that vendor hat on? What's that process for you looking like? How are you making sure, because it's a massive time investment, money investment, there's so much investment in it, that return on investment is so important, right? How are you maximizing that?
Yeah, the events aren't cheap.
No, not at all, yeah.
So we need to make sure we maximize the return on that. And I guess, we always do the outreach within a few days. We want to give people a breather, though. They probably don't want to be hit with 1,000 emails.
The social battery's drained at the end of Accountex,
exactly, right? So we tend to wait a week, offer a demo, answer any questions. The demo takes 10 to 15 minutes normally. We can cover the main features. It's a very easy product to understand and to implement. It's a pretty easy process to go through. And the conversions are good for us. I wouldn't say it's a well-oiled machine, but it works well now. I don't want to over-egg it. We've got a good process now, and we know which events are good for us and which aren't. And those that aren't, maybe the client profile's not quite right. We obviously don't want to invest in those, but these types of events are perfect for us.
Love that. And it's good to see that these type of events are helping you guys take that step, right? Like, otherwise, what's the point of being here, right?
Definitely.
So you've said that you've kind of come into this industry like raw type of thing, and it'd be great to hear your concept on this, because we ask these questions to everyone, but What do you love most about this industry? What's getting you kind of excited about it?
I think the industry is really open to technological change. That probably, from what I understand, wasn't the case maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, true.
Probably people like Xero have changed that when they first came into the industry and moved things to the cloud. Obviously, everything was desktop-based before that.
Yeah.
So they were a real early adopter, but all the other competitors in that space have done an amazing job to get their products cloud ready. And all the accountants I meet, they're looking to become more efficient. They want to please the client. And the different technology stack that they implement tends to be key for them to deliver that, really.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think like that focus on now wanting to change is a massive part of it, right? Where
Those that don't are obviously going to struggle.
Yeah.
So it's almost adapt or die, really. So albeit, you need to be very careful with the technology stack that they integrate together and they play nicely. What you probably don't want is lots of standalone apps that sit in isolation.
Yeah.
And that whole ecosystem is probably where the industry is heading, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting place to be, and obviously we've got more widely in life, we've got other huge technological change happening. So it's going to be interesting to see where the industry goes with that.
Yeah. How do they adopt it? How do they bring it into play? And
It's so hard because everyone wants to sell something.
Yeah.
And how much of that is really tangible at the moment, it's hard to know, really. So as a business owner in the industry, it's extremely difficult to identify what is a tangible benefit and what sounds great in theory, but doesn't really add much value today because it's sold as a solution that fixes everything, but just isn't there.
And I think in the accounting world, we've been bitten quite a lot by it, so there is a wariness there. I'm hoping that changes over time.
And obviously lock-in has been an issue historically as well with software, where you go with a vendor and then
that's it.
Impossible to get out.
You're tied for X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
and exactly. That's what you love about this. What would you change about the industry?
I have to say, I'm struggling to think of something. It seems like a very adaptable industry. I think it's, as I said, it's an exciting place to be at the moment. So there isn't anything necessarily I would change. And of course, I'm not an industry expert, if you like.
Yeah, no worries.
So I can only say it from a
Maybe
vendor.
it's more, let's have this less reliance on Meta. You know what I mean?
That's the challenge, really, that you whether it's Microsoft or Meta or Google, we rely on these platforms so much. And we have seen downtime in all of these communication platforms over the last couple of years. We're so reliant on them, but I'm not sure what the answer is to fix that.
Yeah.
We get the value from those products,
Yeah.
but we have to live with the downside too.
Yeah. And we've got to trust that they're going to go in the right direction, right?
And when you look at it in the round, I remember, as I say, I used to be in IT, that we used to have servers that used to fall over quite regularly. And so it's on the news when we see some failures now.
Yeah.
But it was not dissimilar back in the day when everything was in-house.
Yeah. I got that. You've got kind of an inside knowledge on Meta. Do you reckon we're ever going to get a world where they're just going to give us a Meta communication platform? So it doesn't matter if you're on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, one tool to all
like
them all.
a unified
Yeah, do you think
inbox
that'll
type
ever
thing.
happen? It seems like pipe dream seems so obvious to do.
Well, I think it'll be driven by regulation. So the European Union now have
Right.
stipulated that there needs to be some sort of cross-compatibility between the systems. What's interesting as well is that Meta have announced that Instagram is not going to be encrypted moving forward.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've taken a decision not to encrypt it. So the impact that might have on other platforms, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of a push from national governments to unencrypt these communications. And sometimes people think, well, it's the encryption that people want, but actually I think it's the convenience that it offers more than anything.
Yeah.
In the same way that some email is not encrypted. But we'll see how that all unfolds over the coming years.
It's going to be an interesting landscape, isn't it, for that one?
But for sure, they want to integrate AI into that as well. And that's part of our plan as well, is we launched our API recently. And one of the things that will come thereafter is the ability to plug in things like Claude, ChatGPT as a channel on those WhatsApp conversations to maybe pick up the low-lying fruit and to maybe analyze the sentiment of the client, that type of thing.
Yeah. Find the right person to answer that question. It's those sort of things, isn't it? We're
Exactly.
triaging, and that's
exactly.
where it can come from, right?
Yeah.
We're using it slightly like that with ChatGPT, triaging our things, but it's not perfect, but it speeds up that process, right?
It will improve as well. I mean, it's never going to get worse than it is now. So
Exactly, yeah.
So for sure, these are the types of things I think will come into play over the coming years.
If I gave you a time machine now, and I give you a chance to go back 12 months, what piece of technology, app, software, anything that you can think of that you go, I wish I could just pass that back to myself 12 months ago, because it's absolutely changed. It could be a cooking equipment. It could be anything, right? What is
Claude.
Claude, yeah. yeah.
I mean, it's the development on Claude over the last 6 months has been incredible.
Yeah.
And the ability now for it to look at your desktop, to schedule and automate tasks. And we use it a lot for marketing as well. So content creation, imagery really helps us as a smaller business to produce professional quality content.
I love that. And I think the thing about Claude for me that I'll always kind of fall back on, why I've started to move away from ChatGPT as much and go to Claude, is I actually really get the sassiness, and it sounds odd, right? But ChatGPT was constantly telling me how great I was and well done and all
Yeah,
that.
doesn't push back.
Yeah.
Claude does.
Claude told me the other day, he says, Aaron, you're the QuickBooks chap, you're a chartered accountant, you're blah, blah, blah. You've listed all these things out. Why the heck am I going to even attempt to do that? Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Exactly. It's got a different level to the level of communication, albeit I think over the long term, all of these models will be the same really in terms of what they can offer. So it's more of a question of how you would, what's the best one to integrate into the processes you have internally, not the quality of the model, because they'll all be very similar.
Definitely. Now, this next question is one of those that aged like milk. 2 years ago when we wrote these questions, it was fine. And it was a very generic, why do you see yourself in 12 months' time with AI? Well, we're going to scrap that. Instead, how about, we were having a conversation with someone yesterday with the Cool Friends episode, and something dawned on me. So their platform, very AI-driven, note-taking, but for accountants. And I, like, at first you're like, note-take for accountants? Like,
yeah.
Great, whoopee-doo that, right?
Yeah.
But actually, it's the firm-wide intelligence that they're interested in. And what they're saying is like, well, why are we not like analysing this data against clients, something else? And then they talked about the next step for that has to be email ingestion. Like they're going to have to get the concept of and the context of what the emails are saying, etc. Right? Now I'm talking to you and I'm going, that's not far enough. Like for us to be able to deliver the services we're expected to deliver and to be able to like make sure we can do right by our clients, it's not just the conversations we're having on Zoom or in person or whatever. It's not just the emails, but it has to be the WhatsApp. And
it's the orchestration of all the communication channels.
Right? Yeah, every touch point.
Every touch point needs to be noted, analysed, and where possible, if you can improve your processes based on that analysis, that's going to be a huge step forward, I think, for accountancy firms moving forward. And it's probably easier for smaller, agile firms to implement this stuff when you're either a longer-standing business or you've got hundreds of staff. It's a much more difficult process. So starting an accountancy practice now is probably the ideal time, really, because you've got all the tools that you need to differentiate yourself and to grow and scale efficiently.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, so I mean, it's exciting time, isn't it? And I think the doom and gloom's over, isn't it? We seem to be embracing it more, and I think that's good for everyone. Right, point of this part of the question is, we have these cards in our hands, and you have the opportunity to basically try and guess them. You're allowed to ask any question you want, but I can only answer yes or no.
Okay.
At any point you're allowed to do a pass, but if you do pass, that is a 1 minute penalty.
Okay.
And there is a leaderboard.
Okay.
So, pride's at stake here.
Okay, I'll do my best.
All right. You can ask me any silly little question you like in 3, 2, 1. Ask me a question.
Oh, so is it a person?
It's a person, yeah.
Is the person a male?
No.
Are they in practice?
No. They're very close to this event. Like, this event's very much their event.
I don't know.
Caroline Hobden?
Okay.
Okay, right, cool. We're off to a rocket start. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, right? So that's a pass.
I really don't know many people in the industry, as I mentioned, so it's going to be a struggle for me.
Next one.
Is it a female?
No.
Is it someone in the industry?
Yes.
Is it a colleague of yours?
No. Or, I mean, you might not know this, but he's actually an arch nemesis of mine.
Long hair?
No.
Bald?
Yes. Normally wears a cap.
It's not Johan, is it?
No.
Don't know.
Skipping. Ryan Percy, do you know him?
Oh, Ryan, yeah.
Yeah. Next one.
Is it someone who is a software vendor?
No.
Someone in the industry?
Yes.
Are they in a large accountancy firm?
No, but she will get there very, very soon. It's a very new startup. I would say like 2 to 3 years ago. Very new to the industry.
Sorry, I don't know.
Grace Hardy?
Okay. How many cards are there? I don't know any of
There's
these
2
people.
more to go. Next one.
Is it a female?
Yes.
Wow, at least I've got... Is she in industry?
No, but she's part of the industry.
Pass.
Amy Copeland.
Don't know.
I do know that. No. ICB's
Okay.
top dog. Next one.
I'm the worst person for these questions.
You're not doing bad. You're not doing great. We're not doing bad. You're still not last, so you're still doing all right, even with your penalties.
Someone must have been terrible. Is it a male?
Yes.
Is he in industry?
Yes.
Is he here today?
Yes.
Does he have a beard?
I mean, he tries
Facial hair.
to tell everyone he's got facial hair, but everyone tells him he doesn't.
Johan?
No. Very close, though.
Andy Wainwright?
No. Close as well.
It's not you.
What? It's me.
Is it?
All right. 4 minutes and 22 seconds with 4 passes is an 8 minutes 22, but we've had over 9 minutes. In fact, we had a 13-odd minute one at one point. So
I should know my industry stats before I come onto these things in
going
future.
forward,
I'll know next time.
you can swap. You can get this forward, and we'll redo it at some point. Thank you
Perfect.
so much for taking your time. Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Use that camera to plug, and plug away.
Great. So as a reminder, Client Window is a platform that centralizes client WhatsApp communication into your main business systems, whether that be email, Microsoft Teams, practice software. We also offer WhatsApp broadcast capability, so you can choose a subset of your client base to send the same message to, maybe for MTD or to chase information. And we also integrate into products like Dext, AutoEntry, HubDoc, and Apron, so the clients no longer need to install those apps on their phones. They can do it all through WhatsApp. And finally, for business development, let your prospects send a WhatsApp message from any inquiry they make on your website. You receive that internally and can reply, and they get it back on WhatsApp. That's Client Window in a nutshell.
I love it. Yeah,
Thanks.
Really. Thank you for coming along for our meeting. Thank you for
No.
being here. Thank you for continuing to grow Client Window.
No problem.
I've heard nothing but good things.
That's
So
really kind of
keep it
you.
good.
Thanks, Aaron.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. And if you like this podcast and you're in the right place, make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, because we are Ask the Accountant, and we're doing podcast pit stops like this throughout the rest of the day. So make sure you come along, say hello, and you get to speak to legends like this. Cheers. Have a good one. Bye.